Welcome to English for All channel. How are you, my students? I am so happy to be with you today. Our session today is about Unit 5 Forces. The title is Objects that Float and Sink. Objects that float and sink. Think like a scientist. Think like you are now not a student. Now you are a scientist and you must think carefully. Objects that float. What's the meaning of float? Float means that things stay near the surface or the top of the water. Objects that sink move to the bottom of the water. Bottom means below, here, under the water. In this picture, some objects are floating and some objects are sinking. We will now learn which objects are floating and which are sinking. There is something very important you should know. What is this? Things with lots of air often float. Things with lots of air often float. Heavy things often sink. Heavy things often sink. Some materials like plastic and wood often float. You should know these rules carefully. Look at the objects in the water. Which objects are floating and which objects are sinking? What are these objects? Apple, ball, cork. What's the meaning of cork? Cork is a light, soft substance which forms the tree, forming from the tree or plastic or cork. It's a kind of this material. So this is cork. Look at this picture. This is cork. This is an apple. This is ball. This is plastic bottle. This is, what is this? It's stone. What is this? Hammer. What is this? It's a fork. And the last one, it's scissors. So these are objects at the bottom. So they are sinking. But all these at the top of the water, they are floating. Okay? Now let's read this context. Science in context. All over the world, people use boats. All over the world, people use boats. These are kinds of boats. There are different kinds of boats. What the meaning of different? Different means many. Kinds means sorts of boats. Ships are big boats. This is a ship. This is a ship. Ship is small or big. No, ship is big boat. Ship is big boat. Some boats have sails. What the meaning of sail? What the meaning of sail? Sail, this is a sail. Sail is a large piece of material attached to the mast of a ship. This is a mast. This is a mast of a ship, and this is a sail. Some boats have these sails. The wind makes them move. The wind come and push this sail and let the boat sail in the sea. This is sailboat. Sailboat. Why we say this is a sailboat? Because this boat has a sail. And this is canoe. Canoe. What the meaning of canoe? Canoe is a kind of large narrow ship. Large narrow boat. Large narrow boat. So some boats are small like canoes. People row canoes using oars. What the meaning of oars? This is a stick with a hand and people Use it to move the canoe left and right, forwards or backwards by using these oars. What kind of boats have you seen here? Who can answer me? What kinds of boats? Yes, excellent. We have large or big boat means ship, and we have sailboat because it has a sail, and we have canoe, large narrow boat. So ship or sailboat or canoe, all of these are heavy, so they are floating on the sea. Floating, floating. Why they are floating? Because there is air here and make them floating on the sea. But how they are floating although they are heavy? Because the sea is very, very, very big and the quantity of water is very big. So if we have small water and we have ship, it will sink in it because the difference between the quantity or the weight of the ship and the weight of the sea. If we have small water in a tank and we have this boat, it will sink in the tank of water. But the sea is very big and water way very large. So floating here because they are difference between the weight of the boat and the weight of the sea. You should be thinking very carefully of these points to be a good scientist. I have finished our lesson today and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please write your comments under the video. See you soon and goodbye.